Chapter 13. Lexie woke up in a cramped position on the family room couch, her neck crooked and aching, along with her head. The first thing she did was to check on her grandmother, but Charlotte was nowhere to be found. She called Sylvia's, but no one picked up the phone there either. She'd just have to assume her grandmother was feeling more like her old self this morning and had gone out with her friend. She showered, letting the warm water rush over her sore muscles, washed her hair and blow-dried it, then dressed and headed to the kitchen for some much-needed coffee. By the time she'd finished one full cup and started on another, she was finally beginning to feel human again. She opened the newspaper, scanned the pages, and when she came to the Bachelor blog section, she groaned aloud. Apparently, the blogger's fame had spread to the suburbs, because someone had told the blogger that Lexie and Coop had been at the hospital last night. She'd long since given up having privacy when it came to her relationship with Coop. She just did her best to ignore the fact that anyone she passed could be taking notes and forwarding them to the blogger. Lexie just hoped her grandmother was no longer the blogger's source. Between the caffeine and the reality check brought on by reading the paper, Lexie's brain began to function too, and the events of last night came flooding back. From her parents' stiff demeanor to her grandmother's incident, the memories nearly caused her headache to return. Until she remembered that there had been something different about the whole miserable evening. Coop had been by her side, holding her hand when her parents' disapproval of her trip choices were mentioned, and keeping his reassuring touch on her shoulder throughout the ordeal at the hospital. She hadn't been alone, and she'd been alone for most of her life. Her cell phone rang suddenly, distracting her from what could have been a very risky thought process. She grabbed her BlackBerry from the counter by the coffee machine. Hello? Hey, Lex. At the sound of Coop's